Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we have another one, part 2 of our security breach ruin, secrets, references, and Easter eggs. So, without further ado, let's just hop right in there, shall we? Starting us off, we have these newspapers that can be seen at the beginning of Ruin. Chapter 1 has Cassie jumping out through a broken hole in the glass to enter the Pizzaplex, and behind her we see all these newspapers stuck to the glass. Upon closer inspection, we can actually read the text that is on these newspapers, and it says, Pizzaplex destroyed. Earthquake shakes Pizzaplex, temporarily closed. This apparently is what the news, at least, is saying happened at the Pizzaplex. Whether that's true or not, I'm actually not sure, as I'm not certain what ending was canon before Ruin. Our next one comes from the form of a mask gifted to us by MaskBot, the staff bot that was once called MapBot. This mask comes from the Help Wanted DLC Cursor Dreadbear, and more specifically the level Corn Maze. This mask has come back and now it's called a security mask, which is very interesting. Coming off of that last reference, we also have to talk about the system that is a part of the mask, the Virtual Augmented Neural Network Integration Unit, also known as Vanny. This is a clear nod to Vanny, the white rabbit lady who was one of the opponents in the main game of Security Breach. Now this one is more weird than, crucial. I wanted to add it simply because I thought it was a very unnecessary thing to add, and it made me wonder if there was a point why Steel Wool added it. In the daycare, there is an area that once we put on the mask and enter the AR world, a blue shirt appears and it just hangs there from a wall. It has no logos and it really serves no purpose to be here. And I was wondering what you guys thought about it. I didn't want to ignore it as which kind of stuck out being a weird item to put in some place like this. So I wanted to add it as just a little thing to let everyone know that, yeah, for some reason there's a shirt here in the AR world. In the daycare theater, if we look really close at the theater monitor's bottom right corner, we can actually read the name Jeremy. A name that has reoccurred as mostly a joke throughout FNAF's history. During loading periods, there are tips that come up on the screen to tell us information such as security networks and deactivating child nodes and stuff to help progress through the game. However, there are some times where there will be an interesting text that appears like this. As to who or what this is referring to exactly, I'm not fully certain. Occasionally we can come across these flashlight recharge stations that are clearly out of commission, and some of them have pretty comedical graffiti or just almost total annihilation. The most interesting one though, however, is this one, which is referencing the crying children spirits from FNAF's history. In the area where we go to deactivate Roxy as she is the final security node, if we put on our mask and look up, we can find these Nightmare staff bots racing in the air. These cutouts of metallic sheep are a reference to Sewell Studios, the company that are, well, responsible for creating the game we're talking about right now. In Bonnie Bowl is this monitor that shows the ad for pizza. However, if we put on our security mask and enter the AR world, that changes to this image of Bonnie. I believe that this Bonnie is actually a reference to Shadow Bonnie. Even though Shadow Bonnie is shrouded in darkness and this Bonnie is not, they both share the same pure white eyes and vibrant white teeth. We learn in the later chapters of Ruin that Roxy is actually Cassie's favorite animatronic, and I believe in chapter 1 that was actually being foreshadowed to us. In this area, there's actually a lot of Roxy related items laying around on our path through this area. If we go through and through, we'll actually come across many different Roxy themed items such as this trash can, this Roxy plush, this Roxy mask, this other Roxy plush, as well as this machine that has an image of Roxy, and finally, the banners of Roxy up the stairs. This poster has dirt all over Freddy's head, foreshadowing the headless Freddy prototype we come across in FNAFSBR in the later chapters. And this neon sign of Roxy's head has no eyes, referencing Roxy and how she has no eyes still. Found in the Roxy hair salon is this neon sign that's broken off the wall. What I believe used to say hair and makeup now says ha, wake up. I find this sign to be really interesting, and I actually don't know the purpose of it yet. However, I am trying to figure it out. My few ideas are perhaps, maybe it's someone telling us a sign saying, wake up, it's not Gregory. Or maybe it's someone telling us to wake up because none of this is real. Our first big encounter with Chica has us luring her away so that we can continue on with our quest to find Gregory. However, there is actually another route we can take that allows us to find a secret room with a previously unplayable arcade called Chica's Feeding Frenzy. This room is found on the left side as opposed to our natural right side entrance. If we go to the left, we enter this bathroom, and if we go through the stalls, we find the room. And it's in this room that we find the previously unused arcade. What's interesting is if we play this arcade game and actually win it, we are rewarded with the Chica voice box, and we can use this to repair Chica. This next part is going to be all my raw footage of me playing the arcade game and unlocking the voice box. For anyone who doesn't want to see me playing this and just wants to see the voice box being given to Chica, skip to around the 21-minute mark.
It looks like a speaker box. Am I really doing this? Ew. Gross. That should do it.
When using the security camera intercom to lure animatronics, we usually use the voice of Cassie. However, we actually use voice lines from Gregory, with one voice line being a double reference to two characters in FNAF. The voice line "Hello Hello" from Gregory I believe is a reference to both Balloon Boy and Phone Guy, as we hear them both say hello.
Hello? That was too close. I was almost a Cassie sandwich.
Wrapping up this video is a pretty surprising reference to a game I was not expecting to be referenced in Security Breach. In the first chapter of Ruin, after we get our walkie-talkie and converse with the mimic Gregory, we'll go down to the elevator shaft to climb up the ladder. When we're on this, the elevator falls down. Normally, it plays like this. However, on rare occasions, we can actually get this voice line, referencing Resident Evil's famous joke of the Jill sandwich.
That was too close. I was almost a Cassie sandwich.
Phew. Barry.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Really?
And on that note, we made it to the end of the video. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on our adventure through the Ruin with our part 2 of Secrets, References, and Easter Eggs. Part 3 is in the works right now, actually, and I hope to get it out soon. So, once again, guys, thank you for joining me on this adventure, and I hope to see you all on the next one. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye.